Okay, so Smoke, I feel like people have been calling you Smoke for quite some time. So how did you like come up, like with the name Smoke Chapo?
I ain't trying to lie on my mother. I ain't trying to lie on my mother, but I always tell everybody it was my mother. I don't know who it was, but when I was little, I was fat. And they called me Smokey the Bear. Like, I can't remember who gave me the name, but I ain't never let it go. Then as time kept going on, that shit spiraled from that to just Smoke. Like, nobody ain't never really called me Smokey, but like that's where it came from, Smokey the Bear. I was fat when I was big. And then Chapo is like, all right, so you asked how I started hanging with Kid and shit. And me and Kid, like, we was like right hand man. Like, we still like right hand man. Like, we best friends, you know what I'm saying? So Kid like my best friend. So we just coming up. You know how it be, like, y'all started to build y'all alliance and shit. So he like, I'm Escobar, and I'm like, I'm Chapo. And it's like,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
like, even when we was kids and shit, like, we had reasons to have those names back then. So type shit.
Okay, so yeah, so you like definitely, one of the most talked about, most popular artists in this area right now. So what really inspired you to make music?
Uh, I said it before, I say it again, like, me just running amongst other people that's doing it, and I input what I feel like they should do, and they'll probably like not really take no heed to it or not hear it, and it's like I just like no, like something in me telling me that would have worked for you, but it's like them not taking my advice or whatever it is. I'm like, fuck it, I'm tired of trying to get niggas the recipe. I might just do it myself.
Right. Okay, so what was like the turning point in like your life that like made you want to take music seriously?
Mm. Real shit right there. That was a good ass question, and I never answered that before. But the answer is just like 2017. My man GQ died. But it's like right before he died, it's like every day we were just talking about the shit. Realistically. Like we real just kept talking about it. Like, well, I'm here to tell you now, if you can't make a hook, you can't rap. Then the next day he's like, man, then we talking about something else. He's like, man, you could rap. Listen to what you just said. Woo, more lines than a zebra. That's a bar. That's real shit. Like, ooh. So like, then he passed away. So it's like, fuck it. Like that shit damaged me. Like that shit curried me. Like that shit hurt me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to start rapping. So in the midst of that, I already had one song out, but that James was like a bed song.
Yeah.
Like it was like, okay, Smoke made a song. He got a little thing going, but I ain't really make shit. And it's like, I took that and was like, all right, fuck it. Like, bruh pass, I'm gonna make him proud of this shit. Like me just being a kid and, taking on that. So I'm like, that spiraled from that. I started writing. I started like this was my process in the beginning. I mimic songs. Like Gunna will say this, Gunna or like just anybody. Fuck the fact that it's Gunna, he hot. But anybody. Paco would have said, I feel like Boston George, not Boston Richie. So as practice, I go back and be like, I feel like El Chapo, not somebody else. Like, you get what I'm saying? I had to switch up to see like, oh, that's how that work. Like just practicing on it. And then I started going uptown with my cousins and them, Uptown Kid, Migo Lee and them. They had their own studio in the crib. So they like, he like, I do this shit all the time, bro. This shit ain't nothing. Uptown Kid, like just come through, I'ma show you. So I come through and I just see how they doing this shit just so like just effortlessly for real. Like motherfuckers ain't putting too much thought in it. They ain't oversaturating it with a rack of just thinking too much. They just rapping, making songs about how they living and shit like that. So he like, just get comfortable, like let a nigga kick his shoes off to the point I started spending days and shit up there. I used to, like, I'm still a kid. I was still like 17, 18. Nah, I'm like 18, 19. So it's like, I'm still like, I'm getting stuck up there. Like, I ain't got no more money in my phone. I ain't got no way to get home. I just stay up here. Like, I got probably like 175 songs that ain't ever gonna see the streets. Nobody ain't ever gonna hear the shit that I all just made at Uptown Kid House. Just him fucking with me. Just trying to help me become who I am for real.
Okay. That's what's up. So is that kind of how you met Migo Lee?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, so boom. So I'm going up there with them. And that's bruh right hand man for real. Like, me and Uptown Kid grew up together. We done lived in the same houses, all type of shit. Like, yeah, like that's really cuz. Like, that's family for real. Like, I done wore his shoes and he done wore my shirt. Like, all type of shit. That's cuz. But yeah, so I go up there, bruh, fucking with him. And he got his back no matter what. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and I fucked with that for me early. Like, no matter what, you got Uptown Kid back. That's the same way I feel about him. And then him rapping every day, like he a real artist. Like he wasn't never scared to experiment with nothing. And that shit made me the same way. Like I ain't saying specifically him. I'm saying Uptown Kid, like not being scared to experiment with nothing. It made me not really scared to experiment. Because he was like, we was creating a sound together in different ways, all different aspects. Like
Facts. Okay, yeah. So since you said you like to experiment and stuff, you know, I've definitely listened to your music over the years, and your flow wasn't like the like typical DMV style. So like, how would you kind of, you know, like describe your flow, like for somebody that hasn't heard your music before?
all right. So to literally describe Smoke Chopper flow, I feel like it's an A to B rap. Like however the first bar stop, that's how the second bar gonna start. And however the first bar ended, that's how the second bar gonna end. So like I say that to say like that's how it's gonna go. Like damn near every song. Like, and I put a rock of thought into my shit, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared to try nothing new either. It's like I got a hell of a creative process. Can't really bottle it all together to give it a you know what I'm saying, Krabby Patty formula, but yeah, I ain't scared to try shit. And I just, like I said, I'm an A to B rapper though. That's one thing I can say. But I always had a passion for music. Like my mother was in a go-go band, motherfucking, like just anything. Like you see, I could hear a sample on somebody's song, like, man, that came from this. Or I could, man, that sound like that. Like I could real show you how, like if a motherfucker use the same beat, I'ma find it. If I want to use a motherfucker beat, I'm gonna find it on the internet. Like I just always had a gift for music. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of touched on how you kind of go about making your music, but like is it still the same process now, or has it changed? Like 2023, how would Smoke Chopper like go about making a song?
All right. So 2023 Smoke Chopper going about making a song. I might have been just sitting around with Paco or sitting around with somebody. I'm just give you an example though. Say I'm sitting around with Paco, we doing some shit and I experience something. I might jot it down. Like we might have a cool ass like that experience. I might just jot it down and just freestyle off of that. Just put it away for later. Or I might just tell him turn the beat on, think about what's going on in my life right now and just spit that shit out. I really be like venting for real.
Okay, so you would say that you kind of like write and freestyle, or okay,
for sure. Because like one thing about me, I really want my shit to make sense. I want my shit to touch you. I want you to feel that shit. And I want to like, I ain't trying to rush through nothing or nothing. I'm trying to really, this is what I take pride in. I ain't gonna lie.
Facts. Okay, so since you said you kind of really started taking music seriously back in 2017, I think like one of your first music videos, it was with Kid and Ant. Choppers load them up, something like that.
No. My first video, and you know me, artist, you know me. You know I'm not no hater. You know that. So boom, my first jam was with Big Davo. We made a remix to G Herbo Ain't Heard About You. That was my very first jump. And then and like I'm saying, just being around people to rap in the studio with them, I ended up making that song with Kid and Hey, Slim, what? You crazy shit. When I stopped, I made that J with A&M. Then me and Kid was like aliasly going to the stew. Like we like A have a session and he'd get tired, be burnt out all the time. Man, y'all go ahead, we'd be in that jank dissing like shit. Cause we was beefing like shit back then on some kid shit. But like we ain't there dropping on that shit. But yeah, damn, you just spanked me with that. I ain't gonna lie. Exactly. And that Joe Sneaky about to hit like 100K, you better not throw it out. You don't give a fuck, that shit took 5 years. He gonna throw that shit right up.
Facts though, but safe to say, you know, I would say that like your style has changed since then a lot. Yeah. You know, I think like your biggest song, like the Day This Fat Swag, has over 600,000 views on YouTube. You know, like, did you think it would be that big once you like drop it?
To be honest, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Because before it came out, first of all, I want to shout out Fat Swag. First of all, I want to give him a shout out because if he ain't there make the song, I probably wouldn't have wanted to make it. But that was the thing with both of our songs. Both of them was highly anticipated, like real highly anticipated. Like Whole schools is sending out both our songs around, just geeking. Can't wait for it to come out. Then it's like in the midst of that, Ant was getting into it with Shelly. This one like the real beginning of Big TV and all this bullshit started. He getting into it with Shelly like shit. And he like, in the midst of the moment, he like, man, fuck what this bitch talk about. Turn on that Chapo, man, turn on that Chapo. He, he had no name yet. He just want to hear the unreleased joint that everybody passing around. And they end up turning it on and, you know what I'm saying? That shit played a part, but it's like everybody was just overly geeking for the jump. Like we was having cookouts at the time. We having cookouts, everybody like turn that jump on. I'm talking about niggas getting sprayed with bottles. Like everybody acting crazy every time this song come on. I was just like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I done made a couple of these. Like I feel like fuck with the looks, y'all like the same thing as Fat Swag. Like I just shouted out everybody I fuck with and how shit going. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, a rapper propaganda paid a part in that motherfucker too, though, basically.
Right. Yeah, that song was definitely a hit.
Yeah, that motherfucker hit the radio and yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I appreciate the shit out of that song, man. Kill. And the sneaky thing nobody don't know, Moneybagg Yo even did that jump.
Really?
Yes. It's called It's a No, 375 flow. That's how I found the beat to be able to remix it myself.
Oh, okay. So Moneybagg Yo did it first, then Fat Swag.
I think Fat Swag did it first, then Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause I know that your beat is slightly
Yeah, I had to get it like a remake of the jump.
Yeah.
God, cause I forgot the producer name. I find to let you know. But I forgot he never hit me back. I kept asking, I'm trying to battle jump just to use it, just to freestyle. He never hit me back.
Damn.